have Wilma take note next, please.
Jim was my younger brother, the only one. I'm 3.5 years older, and Phyllis was 4 years older than that. And I have a few incidents in our life that I like to share. When Jim was about 7, he fell in the backyard on Point Grey Road and broke his arm. So Mother called Dr. Ziegler, and the doctors always came to the house in those days. And while we were waiting for him, Jim got really upset. And Mother finally got out of him that he thought that it was like horses. They were coming to shoot him. As a teenager, I became afraid of the dark, through a personal incident. And so if I stayed at my girlfriend's house till after dark, all I had to do was call home, and Jim would come, and Mother said sometimes he'd get out of bed. He'd come and walk me home. We never had a fight in our life, even as little children. We always got along so well. And he was an integral part of my family. He was there for every graduation, every wedding, and every special occasion. He was always there. And we were privileged to go up to Idaho to when he brought the Ontario Scouts out with Rob, and to go to the International Jamboree and see him there. And then he took the troop out to Vancouver and arranged to have them looked after, and we had a family reunion. But he loved to come to Oregon to snowmobile with us. He just thought that was the greatest fun. And one time a bunch of us were up in the mountains snowmobiling, and he was following Peg, a family friend, and Peg didn't make the turn. Down the gully she went. And she said, I looked up, and there was Jim grinning, saying, I didn't think the road went that way. And then one time when he was down snowmobiling, we were having so much fun that he called May and said he was snowed in. And May believed it and put it on the radio that all of them thought it was snowed in, when he was just having fun. And I usually took my vacations in August, because that was the best fishing. And we had for Nanaimo. And of course we fished and fished a lot. And one time, about 5-6 years ago, he took me up to the lodge up north. And we flew to the north end of the island, and then we got on this float plane to go fishing camp. And we were the first two on board, so Jim said, can I sit in the co-pilot seat? And he said, yes. And the pilot put me in the back seat. Well, Jim waited until the plane was loaded with all the other men, and then turned around and hollered back, they want the weight in the rear. Of course, the men started laughing, and one of them says, that can't be his wife. He wouldn't dare say that. And I said, no, I'm his sister. He can pick on me. And my youngest, who couldn't be here and was real upset because he just loves his Uncle Jim, he wanted me to tell about the time we were up here when he was young and they went golfing, his dad and Uncle Jim. And Jim hit a hole-in-one on a 3-par. And there was nobody around to verify it, so he didn't get credit for it. But Sean says, I'll never forget Uncle Jim getting that hole-in-one. Jim was not perfect. He had his idiosyncrasies, but he was by far the best brother that Phyllis and I could have ever asked for. They don't come any better than Jim. And in conclusion, I want to salute May. May was the quiet, wonderful lady who was the glue that held us all together. And I salute you, May.